All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm Taryn, and I am artist, owner of Girls Inc. Studio here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I've been doing some tutorials on machines, and here I am again with my next tutorial. Today, I am going to introduce to you and talk to you a little bit about the Xion, made by FK Irons. Some of you know him, Gaston, Micaboo, fantastic man. I've had the pleasure of getting to know him the last couple of years, and he's just a fantastic guy, and he's brilliant. He's a brilliant machine maker, and he makes the Xion. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. And I'm also going to talk about the Velocity made by Prime Pen. Okay, so again, thank you for joining me, and let's take you in a little bit closer so you can get a nice up close and personal view of the two machines. So this is the Xion, and this is the Velocity. Let's just talk specs for a minute. You can tell when you look at them side by side, they are shaped very similarly. The weight is very similar. The Xion weighs in at 4.7 and the Velocity weighs in at 5.6. So a little bit of a difference there. The Xion is a little bit lighter. And you can feel that a little bit in your hand when you pick them up, but not too much. So I've been tattooing with them both for quite some time now, and personally for me, weight-wise, I don't feel much of a difference when I'm working with them. For those of you that are very weight sensitive, maybe you've got wrist issues or anything like that, and you prefer a lighter machine, then you may absolutely want to consider the Xion right off the bat. Okay, now price wise, the Xion comes in at $6.99, and the Velocity is a little less expensive at $3.99. So there's a $200 or $300 difference. So $6.99 and $3.99. Okay, a little bit difference in pricing. And I'm going to go over why there's that difference in price a little bit further into the tutorial. The Xion has a 2.5 stroke setting, and the Velocity has a 3.5 stroke setting. So they're both right in there where we should be with stroke settings. I like stroke settings. I think all of us doing permanent makeup and tattooing the face should either be using anywhere between a 2.5 or 2.1, all the way to like a 3.5, right in that middle range when it comes to stroke setting. When you're getting down to a 1.5 stroke setting, or as long as a 4.5, then those are just not quite the right stroke settings for us. The 1.5 and the 4.5, those are both a little on the outer edges on what we want to be using for permanent makeup. So stay right in the middle with your stroke settings, anywhere between a 2.1 and a 3.5, like I mentioned. And the Xion is a 2.5, so it's perfect. The Velocity is a 3.5, so it's perfect. Okay, both are cartridge machines, and they are direct inserts, meaning you don't need to buy disposable grips with them. Okay, so we can just move those right out of the picture. They are direct insert machines, meaning that your cartridge needle inserts directly into the machine. Needle inserts directly into the machine. Okay, so very easy setup. Very, very easy setup. Now, the reason price difference is when you take a closer look at the Xion and you remove the top here, which can be autoclaved, and I do believe you can buy replacement grips for the Xion. But when you take a closer look, there's a little adjustment under the hood here, and you can adjust it to either be soft, medium, or hard. And that adjustment adjusts the give of the machine. The give of the machine is the recoil action of a machine, meaning how soft or hard the machine is hitting skin. So with the Xion, Gaston built this right into the machine and made it made it so we can customize it as we need, depending on what technique we're using or what type of skin we're working on. If you're working on extremely thin, fragile skin, then you may want to turn this a little bit towards the softer side. If you're working, on scar tissue, thick, tough skin, then you may want to turn it a little bit towards the harder. I tend to run this right in the middle, and I will adjust it slightly. If, like I said, I get someone in that has really super thin, sensitive skin, then I'll go from the middle a little bit closer to soft. And I've yet to run it on the hard. So I'm running either right about in the middle or a little bit on the softer side. So that's really kind of nice about the Xion. And again, this part, comes off. You just saw me do that. It comes off, and you can put that right in your autoclave, and you can buy extra grips right there. So it's a fantastic machine, and I really like that little adjustment that Gaston did with the Xion. The Velocity does not have that option. So it just has a set give, and it's right about medium, which is fantastic. A lot of artists out there are not adjusting their give on their machine at all. They run at a medium on everything, and when they have sensitive skin, thin skin or anything like that, what they'll do is just turn their power box down, run at a lower speed. So that's always an option as well. Some people do not like to have to go in and adjust anything on their machine. They're just not that kind of person. They just want something that's a little bit more simple. They don't have to think about anything. They just want to set up and go. So if you're that person, then you might be a little bit more attracted to the Velocity. If you're the type of person that likes to go in and adjust everything just so, you're super particular and this, that, and the other, then you might prefer the Xion, because the Xion gives you that ability to do so. With the Velocity, when you order the Velocity, you get 2 extra little grips here. This little grip, it screws right off as well. And you can autoclave this grip as well, and the Velocity gives you 2 extras. So when this one is in your autoclave, you've got another one, boom, to put on and use right away. So that's kind of a real nice little treat with the Velocity. Okay, so with the Velocity, like I said, you get 2 free extra grips, so you can change them out as you're autoclaving your grip. And with the Xion, you can purchase extra grips, and they do charge for that. Okay, so let's start them up and let's see how they sound and feel. All right, here we go. This is the Velocity. Can you hear that? So you can see the Velocity has a little bit wider grip at the tip, not too much. You can see right here when you compare, the Xion's a little bit thinner, right where your fingers would sit and grip it. The Velocity is a little bit thicker. Not too much, but a little bit. Sometimes these little things make a difference. I'm not doing these tutorials to pit one machine up against the other or gear you towards one machine over another. I am here to help you make the best decision possible for yourself. I wanted you to see my face when I'm telling you this, but as I said, it's really difficult buying a machine, especially if you're new to machines. We have a lot of microbladers now transitioning into machine, and that is just fantastic. But it can be overwhelming and mind-boggling on what machine do I purchase, right? There's a lot of really high quality, excellent machines out there in the industry to choose from. These are two of them, and there's many more. All the tutorials I do on machines on my channel, they're all machines that I personally own, I personally tattoo with, I endorse. I think they're high quality, they're made by fantastic manufacturers and machine makers, and they're all great. But within that large scope of high quality machines, there's going to be so many of them that are just not right for you. They're going to be right for someone else, but they're not going to be right for you because there's weight to consider. How does it balance in your hand? The vibration, the noise, price point. Some of us are on a really tight budget and we don't have a lot to spend on a machine. And if you're that person, you have a small budget, you still want to be able to get a good quality machine. You don't want to have to get a cheap machine. So we have to spend our money wisely, especially when we're first starting out, right? So I do these tutorials to highlight and overview a variety of machines that are all of really high quality. And they all come with a 1-year warranty by the manufacturer. And but as I said, machines are very personal. There's a lot of machines that a lot of people like, and those same machines a lot of people dislike. So I hope these tutorials help you or gear you to a machine that's going to best suit you. Not anybody else, but you. It's gonna fit in your hand really nice. It's gonna feel like the perfect weight, not too heavy. For some people, both these machines are just too heavy, okay? A lot of people like a lighter machine. So, and then there's many people out there that don't like a lighter machine. They like to feel a little weight in their hand. So for those reasons, tutorials like this are really important, I think. And as a distributor, we have the Girls Inc. store. We stock all these machines that I talk about on my channel. And as a distributor, it is a lot of responsibility when people are ordering machines from us. I don't want to just sell you a machine. I want to sell you the right machine for you, so you're happy. And when you spend that money on a machine, because machines are expensive, and you cannot return them. And so I want to be as responsible as I can and make sure that when you purchase from us, you're purchasing a machine that is right for you. And it's going to feel good in your hand. You're going to go off and do your best work, and you're going to feel really good about your purchase and be ever so happy that that's the machine you chose. And then hopefully when you're ready for another machine, you'll come on back to us here at Girls Inc. and we'll help you do it all over again. Because once you get one machine, then usually, we want a second one and sometimes a third one. Some of us are machine connoisseurs, and we like a variety of machines in our toolbox. So let's go back to camera with here we go. So I just want to rev them up. So you can hear that, I'm hoping. So it's very, very, very quiet. And this is how you grip it. This is how I grip. We all grip a little bit different. And like I said, it weighs about 5.6 ounces, so it has a little bit of weight to it, which I don't mind. I personally don't mind a little weight. I'm very versatile when it comes to machines. I have always liked several machines my whole career, so I've gotten very used to, I can adapt. I can do beautiful work with heavier machines, and I can do beautiful work with lighter machines. For me personally, I do prefer a lighter machine for my eyeliner work. For all my eyeliners, these machines are a little bit too heavy for me, so I do go to a lighter machine for my eyeliner work. And that's kind of the only restriction I have as an artist. For everything else, brows, lips, areolas, everything else I do, I totally dig heavy machines. A heavier machine like this, I can do beautiful work with it and very comfortable with it. So you might be like me. Maybe some of you prefer a lighter machine for some of the things you do, and you prefer a machine with a little bit of weight for other things that you do. That's why a lot of us end up having 2 or 3 different machines. Now let's start the Xion. You can hear that as well. Very quiet. So when you rev them both up, that's the Velocity. That's the Xion. Velocity, Xion. And the Xion is a little bit quieter. Not much, but a little bit. So if noise bothers you, then, or you would probably have to be very sensitive to noise to choose between these two, because noise-wise, they're pretty even, but the Xion is a little bit quieter, okay? So I'm just gonna, let's put it on full camera again. Okay, and in all my tutorials, I do highlight different power boxes. The Atom X I've highlighted before. This one is the XRD2. And the reason I'm going to highlight this one today is so you know about it. Many of us set up 2 machines when we're working. And this takes 2 machines. So I have both machines plugged into the XRD. So when I turn it on, right now the Xion is running. Now, if I had 2 different needles set up and I wanted to go to the Velocity, then I just click that right there. Now the Xion's running, now the Velocity. Now the Xion, now the Velocity. It's fantastic. I do areolas. I set up multiple needles for my areola work. I do lips, and I always set up 2 needles for my lips. Eyeliners, sometimes I'm setting up a liner and a shader for my eyeliner work. So even eyebrows, sometimes we're doing shading and we're doing some hair strokes in there. So that takes 2 different needles. So like I said, many of us are running 2 different machines, and this makes it so cool. Like, it makes working very efficient. You can just plug both machines in and just switch between the 2 machines at the click of a button, which I love. Now, some of you say, yeah, but why do you need to do that if they're cartridge machines? You can just take out this cartridge and put in a different needle configuration. Really easy. Well, yeah, that's totally cool. You can do that. No problem at all. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Some people don't like to do that because they don't like their fingers anywhere near a contaminated needle. It just makes them uncomfortable. If you're somebody that has had a needle prick in your career, then you might be very sensitive to that, and you might not ever want to change out cartridges once they've entered skin. So we have a lot of customers like that, and I'm a little like that. I prefer just set up 2 machines with 2 different needles in there, and just switch this way on the box. That's how I like to work. So like I said, if you can run just 1 machine and just change out different needles through the cartridge, nothing wrong with that. Just be careful when you're changing out that you don't accidentally poke your finger with that needle, or you can just set up 2 machines. And in order to do that, you'd want to purchase the XRD2. Okay? All right. So one last little thing that I do want to talk about is barrier wrapping these machines. I should have had my barrier wrap out. I'm gonna go get it right now. Okay, pardon me, that probably wasn't very smooth on my part. Let's bring the camera back just a little bit. There we go. So when you wrap a direct insert machine like the Xion and the Velocity, a good way to do it is you have your clip cord sleeve cover, and you just thread that through like so. We sell these clip cord sleeve covers on our store. They're really thick and really high quality. Some of these barrier wrap products, you guys, are super thin and super cheap, and they rip and tear. And we spend a lot of money on our equipment, so make sure that you are buying thick, good quality clip cord sleeve covers and machine bags and that sort of stuff, because believe me, there is some cheap products out there. And like I said, we spend a lot of money on our machines. We want to protect them. So what I do is I'll bring the clip cord sleeve cover all the way up to the end of the machine, okay, just like so. Then this is what grip tape is really good for. We'll take some grip tape. We have hot pink on the store. It's fantastic. Grip tape is super cheap. Just rip a little bit off. So then you'll take your bag here, and I'll just kind of cinch it at the top, and then take your grip tape just like so, and then I just wrap it around just like that. And then that cinches the bag, makes it nice and secure so it's not going anywhere. It really helps with grip. So your grip is really good. It's not slipping. I mean, this grip, that's why it's called grip tape. So it serves a really good purpose. Like I said, it gives you a good, solid, tight grip with no slippage. It secures your bag right over to the machine, and it gives you an extra layer of protection. I see some people using Scotch tape to secure the bag, and the grip tape's better. And they're super cheap. We sell them in like 3 or 5 packs on the store, very inexpensive. So pick yourself up some grip tape and some really good clip cord sleeve covers and secure your machine really good. This is going to keep your machine safe and protected from any cross-contamination, okay? All right. Okay, you guys, I hope you liked my tutorial, and if there's anything you want to see from me, please let me know in the comments. I'm kind of new to YouTube and doing these tutorials. I'm still not quite comfortable doing them. I still feel a little bit like a dork, especially when I watch them back. I'm like, oh my God, I look like a dork. I sound like a dork. But I got a lot of good information in this head of mine. You know, I've been doing this for 18 years. I've got a lot of information, and I enjoy sharing it with you guys. This industry means a lot to me. If you're doing permanent makeup and you're a fellow artist, then you mean a lot to me. And so I enjoy doing these, and I hope you enjoy seeing them. So again, I'm Taryn Darling, and Girls Inc. Las Vegas, girlsinc.com, and if there's ever anything you need from us, please let us know. I got a great team here that gives the best customer support ever. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I would love it so much. And on Instagram, at Tat Girls Inc. That's me. That's my personal page. And Girls Inc. Studio, Instagram, at Girls Inc. Studio. Please follow us. And all right, till next time, thank you very much for joining me.